Selma Blair, the actress whose luminous presence lit up screens in Cruel Intentions and Legally Blonde, has long been a beacon of unfiltered authenticity, turning personal battles into public inspirations. Her journey with multiple sclerosis, MS, diagnosed in 2018 after years of baffling symptoms, has been a raw odyssey of resilience, one she's chronicled with the same fierce candor that defined her roles, from the scheming vixen to the quirky sidekick. In a recent video update, Selma offers a window into her ongoing fight, blending stark honesty with glimmers of hard-won hope. Far from a victory lap, this is a testament to living fully amid uncertainty, where relapses are reframed as plot twists and treatment regimens become acts of defiance. At 52, Selma's narrative isn't one of defeat but of defiant grace, a story that resonates for anyone grappling with invisible illnesses in a world that prizes perfection. The update arrives against a backdrop of milestones and missteps. Selma's MS, a central nervous system disorder where the immune system mistakenly attacks myelin, the protective sheath around nerves, manifests in unpredictable waves: fatigue that feels like wading through molasses, numbness that steals sensation from fingertips, vision blurs that turn sunsets to smudges. Her diagnosis came after a decade of misfires, doctors dismissing twitches as stress, limps as laziness, until an MRI revealed lesions like cruel graffiti on her brain's canvas. "I felt like my body was betraying me, but now I know it's fighting a war I can't see," she shares, her voice a husky melody of wry humor and quiet steel. The video, filmed in her Los Angeles home amid sun-dappled succulents and stacks of dog-eared scripts, captures her seated on a plush sofa, cane nearby like a loyal prop, her son Arthur, now 13, a mini-me with her mischievous grin, peeking in with a snack raid. Treatment has been a labyrinth of trial and error. Early days brought Ocrevus infusions, biannual 4 drips that quelled flares but ushered side effects like chills that rattled her bones. Selma, ever the storyteller, likens it to a vampire spa day, cold, draining but supposedly rejuvenating. Remission periods gifted reprieves, directing episodes of Swedish Dicks, advocating for MS awareness via her memoir Mean Baby, or savoring mundane joys like beach walks where sand sifts through toes unhindered. But relapses strike like summer storms. 2023's bout confined her to a scooter, her legs leaden traitors, while cognitive fog turned lines from anger management rehearsals to hieroglyphs. "It's not just physical, it's the fear of forgetting who I am," she admits, eyes misting but chin lifted. This update spotlights a recent pivot: experimental stem cell therapy harvested from her own marrow and rain-fused to reboot her immune rogue gallery. Early scans show promise: lesions stabilizing, energy ebbing less like a tide and more like a gentle current. But Selma tempers optimism: "Hope's my co-pilot, not the captain." Motherhood anchors her amid the maelstrom. Arthur, born from her union with fashion exec Jason Bleibtreu, is her North Star, their bond a bulwark against despair. "He's my why, every infusion, every wobbly step for his future," she says, recounting a recent escapade, a zoo outing where she leaned on his shoulder, their laughter echoing over giraffes. Co-parenting post-2012 split has forged them into a team, Bleibtreu stepping up for school runs when Selma's flares flare. Friends form her fleet: Reese Witherspoon dispatching care packages of ginger tea in gossip mags, Sarah Michelle Gellar orchestrating Blair Force brunches where vulnerability is the entree. Selma's humor, a shield honed in Hollywood's glare, shines through. "MS stands for my sass now, it's got jokes but so do I." The broader MS landscape looms large in her reflections. Affecting over 1 million Americans, mostly women aged 20 to 40, it's a thief in the night, stealing mobility and mystifying with remissions that mock. Selma's platform amplifies the underserved. Young moms masking symptoms to meet playground standards, creatives sidelining dreams for doctors' cues. Her 2022 HBO documentary, introducing Selma Blair, peeled back the curtain. Raw footage of cane-assisted red carpets, tearful talks with neurologists, earning Emmys and empathy. Now she champions accessibility. Lobbying for cooler infusion rooms, heat exacerbates symptoms like a cruel amplifier. Funding research into myelin repair via outfits like the MS Society. "We're not broken, we're bendy," she quips, advocating for spoons, the energy unit metaphor from chronic illness communities, to normalize pacing life's marathon. Daily rituals ritualize resilience. Mornings dawn with turmeric lattes and yoga flows adapted for balance. Warrior poses on a bolster, breath syncing with ocean waves via apps. Afternoons yield to writing, her memoir's sequel brewing tales of sassy survival. Evenings? Arthur's Bedtime Stories, where Selma voices pirates with a pirate's rasp, weaving in lessons of bodies as allies, not adversaries. Setbacks sting, a recent flare blurred her script read for an indie flick, forcing a voiceover pivot, but pivots breed ingenuity. Audiobooks narrated with her velvet timbre, virtual cameos that keep her in the cultural conversation. Selma's update isn't solipsistic, it's solidarity. She nods to fellow warriors, Selena Gomez's lupus candor, Jamie Lynn Sigler's MS marches, urging, share your scars, they stitch us together. Environment plays co-star, California's relentless sun of faux UV spikes inflammation, prompting shaded hikes in Griffith Park or coastal escapes to cooler climes. Nutrition's her ninja, anti-inflammatory feasts of salmon and kale smoothies, eschewing dairy that dings her myelin like a bad review. Mentally, therapy untangles grief's knots, mourning the me who ran marathons but celebrating the me who writes them. Arthur's unvarnished wisdom grounds her. Mom, your brain's just taking a nap, he once declared, dissolving her doubts in giggles. Looking ahead, Selma eyes horizons. A potential Legally Blonde reboot? She'd reprise Vivian with verve, Kane as chic accessory. Directing beckons, her eye for nuance sharpened by illness's lens. Advocacy escalates. Testifying for FDA fast tracks on remyelination drugs, partnering with biotech for trials that could rewrite MS scripts. Yet, she savors the now, picnics where ants outpace her, sunsets painted in hues her eyes reclaim. MS chose me but I choose joy, she affirms, a mantra born of midnight infusions and morning miracles. This journey, fraught yet fertile, redefines strength, not Herculean feats but human holds, a hand in hers, a laugh that lingers. Selma Blair, once Hollywood's blonde bombshell, emerges as its beating heart, flawed, fierce, forever forward. Her update isn't endpoint but ellipsis, inviting us to witness, walk and wonder at the beauty in breaking. In her words, amid the fog and fight, life insists, bloom where you're planted even if the soil shakes.